Boddy as well. But yeah, so why don't you tell us a bit about your struggle with mental health?
Oh my goodness. It's been forever. I'm 36 years old. My first real confrontation with the reality of, okay, I do have mental illness was when I was diagnosed with ADHD in 1997. However, back then it was simply known as ADD.
Hmm.
However, with due to current research, they've now realized that ADD is confusing as a diagnosis. So now they've separated ADHD into three categories, which are inattentive, hyperactive, and combined. So I was re-diagnosed in 2011 with combined ADHD, which means I deal with hyperactive symptoms as well as inattentive, which is so ironic because one of the most common misconceptions with ADHD is we can't focus, but let me tell you, we can. If we are passionate about something, or if, it's called hyperfocus for a reason. We've become so hyperfixated and so passionate to the point where it can be borderline annoying for neurotypical people, where it's like, if you try to talk to me about a subject like, let's say, math or taxes, no, I tap right out, and I'm very blunt about it. Like, I'm very like, yo, I'm sorry, I have no interest in this. That was my first real encounter. However, my first concussion was when I was around 4 or 5 years old, and it was pretty bad that I actually popped some blood vessels in the right side of my head. I didn't realize how pivotal concussions would become part of my life, but from the ages of 5 until 25, I would sustain 15 concussions, hundreds of hits to the head with playing football. So that's why I'm so passionate about concussion awareness with Concussion Legacy Foundation. I've also in 2020 pledged my brain for research with CLF. I do a lot of work with mental health, and the reason for that is when I eventually started to learn about it. The truth is, when I was diagnosed with ADHD, it was terrible. There was no game plan. There was no like, all right, now you have ADHD, deal, you can cope with this. It was, yeah, you have it. And that was it. There wasn't as much information out there in regards to ADHD as there is now. So I'm so proud of the progress we've made in regards to research and the science. Same thing with concussions. Majority of my concussions could have been prevented. However, there was not much awareness about concussions. So I was given the standard game plan of go home, take some Tylenol, Advil, and relax. Even though I
Yes,
was dealing with
yes,
some,
folks, you heard that. That's how it used to be dealt with. It's
yeah,
not as much as it was now. It's literally
it's
go home and rest for 4 days, come back, you could play again.
it was terrible, especially with second impact syndrome being a thing right now. And I played dangerously with that. There was two concussions I had that I sustained within minutes from each other, so very risky, very dangerous. Um, and I'm so proud of the progress we've made with science and research, and I just make it my point to share it every single day on all my social media, because that's the thing with science. It's always changing. There's always new research. There's always new data. And I just think it's very important to do that. So I do a lot of mental health work with my gaming. I don't really necessarily.
If you want to hear more stories, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. To support more youth by youth led projects, visit us at youthspeak.ca, where you can donate and spread youth mental health awareness.
YouthSpeak Performance Charity. Speak, inspire, change.